Welcome to a new episode of Father Mahoney's Movie Review. So this is the first review of 2025, and man, did I pick a movie that was gut-wrenching. Real-life event. And I'm going to review this one differently because this one hit close to home. It's the 2016 movie Patriots Day, which is based off the 2013 Boston Marathon bombings. Now, I wasn't here. I was living in Ohio at the time, but I grew up, I was born in Boston, and I've grown up all around Boston. I regularly visit Boston. I'm known as the Bruins guy, so like that day I was in Boston. This day was, the annual Boston Marathon, and I've been there a few times. And I've been to Fenway Park, which is right along the marathon path, hundreds and thousands of times. I'm probably exaggerating on 1,000, but definitely hundreds. So when I was watching this film, because they were using all real locations where this happened, it was hard hitting because I've been to a lot of these places. And they picked the perfect person to be one of the Boston police officers. They picked Mark Wahlberg, who, anybody who knows about Mark Wahlberg, he was born and raised in Massachusetts, in Dorchester, where I was born. Dorchester is a part of Boston. And I remember watching the TV all day, and I remember all the events leading up to the next few days after, wishing they would get this guy, or a guy, what we ended up turning out to be a few individuals. And I tell you, because they used real consultants, like people who were firsthand, the first responders, the actual officers, as consultants. So they made this as real as possible. Did they Hollywoodize it a little bit? Maybe, but overall, from what I understand, a good majority of this movie is all real accounts, and the supporting cast is great. Kevin Bacon and John Goodman, who are both great character actors, and I found myself crying a lot in this movie. The stories that they retell, and what makes it such a gripping movie is at the end, and I don't want to ruin, but at the end they do talk to some of the people who lived through this. And first of all, as a Bostonian, the first responders, the police, the fire, the ones who just were helping people just to help. You guys are amazing. We can't let terrorism put fear in our lives. Is it scary? Yes. But Bostonians showed them that we don't forget. we persisted and we found those guys. We found those motherfuckers. And I'm sorry if I keep going off the screen. I'm very trying to keep my emotions in check. If you live through this, watching this movie might give you some PTSD. So proceed with caution. A lot of times Hollywood overindulges things that happened. And I'm glad they got some people who had eyewitness accounts to make this as authentic as possible. If you want to watch a movie that shows the power of spirit of mankind, of what we can persist through under the most terrifying conditions, bring some tissue and watch this. Thank you for all the people who supported, helped, did what they could to help the survivors in this, and to the ones who are lost, including an 8-year-old boy. I'm sorry for that family's loss. This is a 5-star movie. But in a way, it's not even a movie, it's a retelling of that day's events, of that few days' events, I should say. Much love.